Hello, everybody out there. This is Utsav Singh from Smart Tech, and today I'm gonna start a series, and that is the advanced landscape creation. And what I'm gonna include in this series is a very advanced landscape material which is gonna auto paint itself, and I'm gonna show you guys some tricks and tips that I usually always use when I want to create mountains and forest. I'm gonna include procedural generation in our material to make our generation very quick, our masking techniques, etc. So let's get started right away. Okay, so first thing first, I've just created a new folder, advanced landscape creation, sorry. And I'm just gonna go and first make a level with a basic let me just say basic base for our level, if you may. And I'm just gonna name it ALC underscore main level, my keyboard, and just opens up. I'm just not gonna save that stuff, and well, it creates a blank. And basically that's what I want. I'm gonna drag in an atmospheric fog. Now, instant change in our environment. Most people usually use baby skyscraper, but I recently learned about this atmospheric fog, and it is very different, if you may. Directional light. Just drag in a directional light, and for my atmospheric fog, I want to control the sun using by rotating this directional light. So open up your details of the directional light, and I think it should be in the light settings, advanced atmospheric fog. Now as you can see, here you go, instant change. So I'm gonna use dynamic lighting. Open a directional light, set this to the movable, and add in skylight, because in movable mode the skylight is gonna be very dark. I mean, you are gonna need a skylight because there is always global illumination, whatever. Okay, so now just press E to rotate this. Now as you can see, it is rotating with, and well, it goes dark, and that all that is good and well. First thing first, I'm just gonna make a small landscape, or a big one, if you may. Nothing too fancy, nothing too, actually it is, I'm gonna try to make it look the best, but I'm not gonna overdo it, right? So 64 components is gonna be 64 meters, 64 square meters, basically. 1 into 1 sections. If I go ahead and do it 2 by 2, and I'm gonna have to do that. Nope, the scale is pretty good. I'm just gonna use the defaults. You can go ahead and do this. I don't want that. This is gonna give me a 1 kilometer per 1 kilometer. Actually, I can use that, but it is not very optimized, so you can go ahead and use 127 by 127. Increase your overall resolution. No, don't do that. Just set this to 1017 like the other one. Oh, I'm a fool. 8 by 8 section, number of components. Yep, that's a lot better. 16, I think 16 by 16 should, no, it won't do it. This one is gonna go way too huge. Total components, and well, 8129 by 8129. I think 16 by 16. You really don't want too much components. 256 components will do. 4 kilometer by 4 kilometer. What if I want 1017 and 1017? 16 components and a 1 kilometer area. If I do it by something like that, and I want to do 1017 and 1017, it has gonna need 64 components. So use a 2 by 2 section here, and 1017 by 1017, 16 components, and yes, that is pretty optimized for my standards. And set the scale to 100. The Z is gonna control the maximum height the landscape will go. I mean, you can just say the maximum height you can sculpt your mountains to. After that, if you try to sculpt more, it will just flatten out. And press create. Oh, you have to assign that material. No problem, we will do that in time. Importing landscape. And by the way guys, I've just uploaded a new channel art, and I'm gonna try to do complete rebranding and stuff. And well, here is our material, nothing too much right here. So we have got a basic material set up here, and what do I want to do? First, I want to make a new folder. Believe me, you gotta manage this stuff. And what am I gonna name it? I'm just gonna name it something like something is I'm just gonna name landscape materials. I'm gonna make the basic landscape, then I'm gonna make the functions out of it, and then I'm just gonna do the let's just say what should I call it? And then I'm gonna make a master material using the material functions. But first I'm gonna make a master mat. Now it is gonna be auto painting according to the height, and that will be pretty much customizable, and that is good. Now the master material, I'm not gonna add a lot of features like my ultimate landscape material, that is still up for approval by Epic. So yeah, I'm gonna give you guys something basic along those lines. But yeah, so my master material is this, and I'm gonna just go ahead and search for moss. Actually, I can, nope, I gotta do that. Just click the browse button and then search for mat, and I'm gonna make a new folder called mat functions. This means material functions that are reusable. Go to materials and textures, material function. I'm just gonna name this element underscore one underscore, I don't know why if I do that, strange, moss. This is gonna, I'm actually going to have 2 layers. I can do 3 layers as well. It's pretty straightforward. All because it's gonna use the same system over and over again, right? So what do I want to do? I want a mouse, and I want to do this simple. Delete this output result. Yes, I want to delete you. Search for make material attributes. Well, first thing first, I'm just gonna do a search for moss. This should be in the starter content. Yes, I want the starter content one. I'm just gonna copy this, or I can actually go ahead and make a simpler one of my own. Nothing too much fancy, to keep stuff simple in all the 3 or 4 materials that I'm gonna blend together. Okay, I just held T and left click to get a texture sample and search for moss underscore T ground mouse. And you gotta have starter content in there. That is important, of course. Now, what is the dimensions of this? 2048 into 2048. So I think I should use I am just gonna have to guess the tiling again, I guess. So now, first thing first, what am I gonna do? I'm just gonna I'm just gonna press Control D and search for, well, click the normal one. You need the normal because the normal will go into the normal. And then what am I gonna need? I need base color and, well, texture sample. Now remember one thing, whatever. Moss and grass are always fuzzy, so there's a simple node, fuzzy shading. You're gonna have to put the normal into the normal, put the fuzzy shading into the base color. Wow. Start previewing node. Missing a function, didn't put, what is, am I missing? Now, just hold S to create a scalar parameter. Put this control W, specular, control W, roughness. It is metallic. Now, element, I'm not gonna name it anything even near stuff like, I'm not gonna name it moss or things like that. I'm gonna name it element 3 because so that it doesn't confuse. Element 3 underscore metallic. Simple, right? Now the grass is the topmost layer. Element 3 underscore spec value or specular. Now in the roughness you gotta do element 3 underscore roughness. Now you, in some cases you're gonna end up with maps. So what do I do with it? What you are gonna use is a pretty complex system. At the end it is gonna be, I'm pretty sure about that. Okay, let's go ahead. I want to add an option that either you can use only this texture, or you go ahead, and because it can be something like snow, it doesn't have fuzzy shading, so you are not gonna need that, right? Fuzzy shading, and it will ruin the texture, but in this case it looks good, but in that case it won't, right? So what do I want to add, drag off from the result and search static switch and put this into, yes, it is into the true, no, put this into the false, and in the value search for bool. I'm just gonna explain this to you now, and we'll plug this into true. Now what this is gonna say, if this value is checked true, then it is gonna pass this texture that is plugged into the true to this pin. But if it is false, that is the way it is now, it is gonna say that use this false value for this one. So element_3 underscore base underscore, I hate underscores, fuzzy, this is gonna get some big names. Cool. Now what I want is my coordinates and my textures, right? What do I want? I want to go for my texture. Well, I'm just gonna do texture coordinates, and, well, where is it? Let me search. Wow, Come on, texture coordinate. Here you go. Now I want to add individual control for U and V. So I'm just gonna drag off from the input and say component mask, and it is gonna go R and G, that is red, and green, that is X and Y axis, and I'm just gonna drag and search for event vector. Now let me drag off a bit from here and just go ahead, and out of this I'm just gonna say multiply. Actually, drag off from here, control W. Let me put this in here. I'm gonna control W this, put this in here. R and G. In this case only the R, that is the X, and in this case only the G. Simple. Ignore this one right here. Output, it needs an output here. You can use an output for the material attributes. And well, I'm gonna multiply by scalar element underscore 3 underscore, where is it, tiling U. I'm just gonna control C this, give it a value of 20. Now tiling is basically the repetition, basically. Why is my caps lock on? And well, 20 into here and this value in here. So what is gonna say, texture coordinates is used for tiling. I want to expose those parameters, so I'm saying, hey, go ahead and um, use these value, I mean this value here to, oh, I will just explain it better. Now I'm masking these two axes U and V, and I'm multiplying in here, it is 1 and 1. So I'm just gonna multiply it to get a value that I want. So 20 multiplied by 1 is 20. I'm gonna take those two values and I'm using the append vector node to append these two values in the same manner here, U and V. Then plugging it into the UV texture input of the texture sample. So what it is gonna say, hey, go ahead and use this one. Now actually, yeah, this is good. I want to do texture coordinate. The search for parameter texture object parameter. So this is gonna expose this texture into, and first search for moss. Important. What it is gonna now say is that, hey, go ahead and expose this texture value to my instance so that I can change it later on without going into the graph node and searching for this. And I'm just gonna name this element underscore 3 underscore base color. Simple. And I'm gonna control W to replicate that element 3 base color normal. Now I want to add this same tiling functionality to my normals as well, right? But as you know, but it is gonna get pretty tedious, to replicate this and that over and over again. So what I'm gonna do is select this and press Ctrl C. I'm just gonna close this here for now and open my material mat functions, right? I'm gonna create another material function and I'm gonna name it tiling system, just you and my secret. And we'll delete this again, really don't need that, and paste this here. So I'm gonna say this is gonna be my, just drag off from here and search for output function output, right? The output result, name it UV, calculated UVs. I want to take the input so that um, the person can, in the, if I drag it in here. I'll just hold and press F if I may. It doesn't have any inputs right now. I'll just show you. Delete these two for now. Out of these I'm gonna drag an input so that the user or you can put in the input you in this function. So I'm just gonna name it element underscore tiling underscore v. This is gonna be my scalar parameter. Now preview, I'm just gonna do a constant value for the preview only. Don't worry, 20. Oh, 2 minus 0. Wow, I'm great mathematician. Control C, drag it off a bit here, and Control V, and I'm gonna name it U instead of V in this case. Now let me apply this, and let me save this, and let me close this. Simple, right? Now select this and press F, unspecified function, and just go and search for what is it, tiling system. In the tiling system, now you can see it is very much simplified. Other than these two, just a small step to make things easier in life. Now actually controls it that I want to keep these two scalar parameters. That, just let me drag this up here. Now my tiling U and my tiling V. Simple. Now these are the inputs, and these values will be calculated in this. This is what is the input for. You just have to input those values in it. I'm just gonna hold Control W, and UVs. This is gonna keep my graph shorter. That's why I like material functions. GIF from card and apply. Well, here you go. A simple step. Now I'm gonna use some constant values here. Now as you can see, he's not doing metallic or specular. I'm just gonna do something else. Now I want, what if the guy right there, what the heck is happening here? Something is happening with my materials. Actually, I don't want to do that with my normals. Please be fine now. Let me update those. Let me see. It should be fine right now. Let me observe my graph for a while. Mask R, mask G, RGB. RGB is not gonna. Actually, let me see. Ultimate landscape material. Where are you? Been quite some time before I've opened this Snowy Mountain Master. Okay guys, as you can see, it has loaded up. Pretty simple there. Let me see. I'm gonna have to open this one here. Top snow. I'm just gonna use landscape coords, of course. Now top snow too. Am I using landscape? That's the problem right here. Good that it is good that I remember it at the last moment, but yeah, I don't want to use that tiling system here. It is gonna work fine. Actually, it is gonna work good, but it is actually, hey, wait, let me see. R and G. If I change these values. Simple. Nope. Let me control Z that. G and R. I'm pretty sure this. Now I want to use it with my landscape, right? So what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to use. No, wait. Ground moss. Large scale tiling. It is using texture coords. It is gonna first have to multiply. Is it something with my 2 and 2? Hopefully this should do. I could use landscape layer coords and all, yeah. So as you can see, it is here and it is working good. Of course I could have just used landscape layer coords, but it does not give you the user input. So yeah, I gotta use this. Now I was just as I was saying that what if I want maps instead of these values? I'm just gonna use the same principle here. Now where do I put this? Wow, not fun really. I'm just gonna use reroute nodes to keep it less confusing. If this is false and base metal map, metallic map, and well, if it is true, I'm just gonna go ahead and use a texture sample. Cool, okay, but this texture sample will obtain its texture from the instance, and that instance I'm gonna use this texture object that will serve, and this texture object will serve as let me say an this texture object will serve as an default value. Elementary metallic simple. Simple indeed, right? Hopefully. Looks confusing here. Come on. Why do these nodes? Why can't I? Oh yes, I can shorten them. Can't shorten this one. Yes, I can. I'll just drag this here and we'll, here you go. A simple crammed up system. For this one, I'm just gonna go ahead, drag off from here and search for add reroute node. Believe me, it's a lifesaver. From then again, from here, reroutes and reroutes again and again, pretty much. Now, I'm just gonna select this stuff other than that and duplicate it here. In the faults, here you go. Come on, man. In the faults, in the specular map. I've seen people use specular map, but I'm pretty sure they don't use them in the professional standards, I believe. Specular. Is it gonna use a specular map? Here you go. Another thing ready to go. I think I'll just again control V here. Pretty much same. Actually, it is very same. Just drag off from the false, drag it here. Go and name this what? Name this. Come on, man. roughness, simple, simple. In this case, I'm just gonna name this roughness map. Come on, not a zero there. It will. I think I'm gonna make some space here. One could just space things out to keep the graph simple looking. Hopefully it is looking simple because I'm just using the same things over and over again because they are required, believe me. Now, apply. Let me just browse mat functions. Save all. How many minutes has it been? 32 minutes, right? Okay. So I will guess I will just stop the recording here and resume it like 15 minutes later. Actually, I'll just continue. Okay guys, so this was pretty much the hardest part to set up because all I need to do now is copy and paste, rename some stuff, and then I will move on to the main material. So the output result. Now what do I want? Now I just drag off this output result to clear off this annoying if missing a function output function output, and well, here you go. I am not gonna use that, just to, and just press save. This is gonna first apply and then save. Tiling system, yes. Now, and let this be cool. So I've got this. I'm just gonna go and wait 1 second. This is my element 3, right? I'm just gonna have to rename this to element 3 to keep stuff in order. Now beneath our topmost green layer is the sand or gravel layer. So what am I gonna do? I'm just gonna name, let's see, element underscore 2 underscore sand. Let's see what we have now. I have each and everything set up here. Let me just copy this, then let me just paste this. Actually I found one thing right now. If it is false, then I don't want to use my fuzzy shading. Good that I noticed, otherwise it would have been difficult to edit later on, to pinpoint that problem out, looking for stuff. Cool. So what do I first need to change? I need to change this into sand stone. Starter content textures. Wait, what is this? This is my normal, right? I need my normal in here. Yeah, got that. Notice this again. That's why it seems so plain here. Yep, better apply before anything goes haywire again. Hey, where am I? Ah, come on. I don't want this. I want Control X. I wanted my sand. Yes, delete that. Control V. Cool. So this is gonna be my sandstone normal, right? And then in this case, this is gonna be my element 2. Simple. Element underscore 2. Base color, I'm just gonna go sandstone. Oh, come on. Squant. T-rock sandstone. I'm gonna use dark content textures, right? We have this here, and my specular is hopefully not gonna be empty. Of course, I'm gonna have full, because yes, I'm a fool. Come on. Now, well, yes, I just have to rename. Let's see what I can do. No, I gotta rename them individually. I hope that I had an array system or something like in the blueprints. I've seen people using to set the index names, and that is a hell lot of useful to change quickly. I've gotta set a lot of things here. Do do set this again to do, set this to do, to element to element to metallic, element 3 base first shading actually. Now in this case, see, no, I'll just keep this, you know, just for the sake. Spec, metallic, roughness, everything is set. Here you go. And my sand should be done. Again, I'm just gonna have to do something. I'm just gonna have to function output result. Go ahead, live your life. And let's see, till then I will just go ahead and make another material function, element underscore 1 underscore rock, base rock 1213. Is something wrong here? Did I miss something? Fuzzy shading is gonna be false in this case, of course, and then oh, of course, my metallic is okay, my specular is okay, but my roughness is gotta be 1. Cool. Let me see, why is it black? I have my base color here, and then I'm gonna say fuzzy shading, it's gonna be false, so I'm just gonna use this. And in this case, fuzzy shading, you gotta be true. My bad. Yeah, so if this is, let me just apply first. I really don't like this when this stuff happens in UE4. Can be seriously annoying. Let's see, is it compiling? Is it? Come on, compile fast. Till then I will just check my stuff here. It is working as I expected to. My specular 001. And why should that be happening? My texture objects are working. It is looking good actually here in this case. Then what is the of course, because the material output result and all that. If I just go ahead and start reviewing node, my bad. The output result will output the whole material attributes. You will have to just drag off from here and break material attributes. That is yet an useful node, if you may. Yep, I've got my sandstone here. Cool. Looks pretty decent, and that's all I'm gonna need. Cool. I'm just gonna apply it. It scared me so much. I'm gonna copy this much again. In this case, I'm just gonna keep this here. Seriously annoying. Output the result. Now again, first let me search for basalt. Basalt D, water plane, starter content texture, basalt and let's get started renaming. Right, one. Oh, I forgot one thing there. I'll just do it again, just while. Nothing to worry about. One element to spec. Oh, just found another thing I forgot. Here. Good to notice this stuff right away on the fly. I tend to forget so much. One and one. I hope this is not getting too big, because after this I'm just gonna roughness map. Roughness map, spec metallic, and again element 2 to gotta change all this to 1, because this is the bottommost layer. I'm just gonna name it 1. It rises upwards, Now, did I miss something? Yes, I missed something. That thing. In all cases here. Element 3. Now, you gotta be element 2 in this case, right? Hey, did I change everything for 2? No, I didn't. Cool. This can be so confusing. Again, in this case, I've got to rename it to 1. Now, as you can see, this is why it takes or consumes time. Let me first save all and see the magic happen. These are whole materials that I'm gonna blend between. Not again, come on. First applied. I don't know why save all doesn't apply first, but it just doesn't. That's the problem. And I'm here 11 minutes. My earlier video was 32, so 44. I mean 33. I mean 43. My bad. Element 1 rock. So well, here you go. And let's see how this looks, and it looks good. Just what I want. And let me first save all, because I just want to give this stuff. And now drag this, open up your master material and plug these 3 in. Of course they are not gonna have any input, because I didn't use any input node, right? I'm just gonna arrange them in an orderly fashion. It's nothing too bad there. Break and break material instance. I'm just gonna do, and I will leave this here, and I will continue it into the next video. So yeah, I just recently read the new YouTube announcement that you gotta have 1,000 subscribers and whatnot, so no problem there. Okay, so make sure to follow this series, if you may, and make sure to follow the series. Hope you like this video. Make sure to press the like button if you did, and share this with your friends and other game development buddies who are engaged in this stuff, to support me. And if you really want, and if you are following this video, make sure to get notified by clicking that large red button, and and make sure to press the bell icon as well, so you get notified about all my new videos and all of the tutorials as quick as they come up. So hope you like this video. Goodbye until next time.